You guys thought TDS was bad? Wait until you learn about EDS.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Tell me, which side are you on?
Make it stop, as of course those are the death screeches of the Democratic political party that, according to Joe Rogan, no longer will be having any kind of larger political influence on our modern society. As it's fair to argue, what's the future of this party? Well, there probably isn't one. Now, what is going to be happening here because of that? Well, let's discuss that here on this independent media broadcast. As, of course, the news is coming in, and more of it is just ridiculous. A lot of it is just theatrics. A lot of it is just fake outrage. A lot of it is just misinformation about starving children, programs that are going to cost lives. And we see people flip out, but what they say is nonsensical. There's nothing to it. There was recent congressional hearings where protesters like this lady behind here erupted and disrupted it over an issue that isn't even an issue. This is absolutely crazy and embarrassing to see at the same time.
Saves lives! Restore AIDS now! Pepper saves lives!
There's restore this program, PEPFAR, restore this PEPFAR program. A member of Congress, after they were done disrupting, Brian Mast came out, and this is what he had to say.
AIDS funding now. PEPFAR saves lives. Restore AIDS funding now.
I guess these guys don't watch the news. They didn't realize that PEPFAR was one of the many programs that did prove to be life-saving, so the funding was restored. Somebody better give them a link to, I don't know, maybe Fox News or something like that. You may resume your opening.
Jeez, why are you protesting something that's not even an issue, that you're not even updated on? As, of course, this confirms what we've been telling people for a very long time. A lot of the Democratic establishment bets on low IQ, low information voters that don't even pay attention to what's going on, but are emotionally manipulated at the whims of the corporate media that tells them what to be outraged about. And a lot of this outrage hasn't anything to do with actual reality. And that's one reason out of many reasons why the Democratic Party probably doesn't have any kind of future, because it's these people, these activists, these, quote, thought leaders. That's a better way of describing it. As we have Caitlin Collins talking about constitutional crisis, the corporate media, all in one, all in unison, all these rags, all these horrible propaganda pieces saying the same thing. There's a constitutional crisis now in this country. You didn't give a damn about the Constitution. You never did. And don't tell me you care about it right now, because you were cheering every time it got obliterated. You were cheering when the First Amendment was being trampled on. You were cheering when the Fourth Amendment was being obliterated by the Patriot Act. You were cheering every step of the way. You care about power and nothing else, and you will lie and steal and manipulate and abuse people until you get your insane control over everyone. And that insane control has been largely pushed back. It's been pushed back mainly because the Democrats had it for far too good for far too long, and they have been absolutely overreaching with their grotesque power abuses. As Joe Rogan now comes out, a former Democrat, rather, Elon Musk, former Democrat as well. And he's warning that the Democrats are heading off of a cliff. And I would absolutely say, yeah, that makes sense, as they're doubling down on a lot of the insanity. He previously described very poetically how Elon Musk will now relentlessly hunt down all the corrupt Democrats. Not just corrupt Democrats, by the way. So I believe that his kind of understanding of this is just a little bit wrong here, as it's not just the Democrats, it's a duopoly. It's the two-party system that has worked closely together, as a lot of Republicans are going to get hit by a lot of these cuts too. A lot of Republicans that were connected to the CIA and wanted regime change all over the world, they're going to be pissed off too. The John Boltons, the Bushes, the Cheneys, all of these individuals that also were playing the same game as the Clintons and the Obamas and the Bidens, yeah. That duopoly, that two-party dictatorship system is finally being, metaphorically, non-violently, hunted down through Elon Musk, that is exposing all of their inner workings, all of their secrets. Here's what Joe Rogan had to say himself.
This is a buffalo drop. Do you know those buffalo jumps?
No.
You know what the Native Americans used to, one of the ways to hunt buffalo was to get them to the edge of a cliff and just run at them, and they just fall off the edge of the cliff, and then people would be waiting on the bottom, they butcher them and eat them.
Okay.
We're in that pile of buffalo.
We're all being run off the cliff?
Yeah, they're going to go off the cliff. There's no way they're not.
Yeah.
They're not course correcting at all.
Yep. As Elon Musk responded to Alex Jones posting this clip saying the Democratic Party is dying on the vine. And, you know, they used to be a party that used to, many years ago, we're talking about like 25, 24, 23 years ago, temporarily. But even though they were still a part of the larger problem there. But still, there was larger elements within its political party that were populist, that were representing larger ideas about respecting the Constitution, respecting the blue-collar worker, respecting the middle class. And they have lost that with a lot of their supporters, with a lot of the previous Democratic individuals like Joe Rogan that used to believe in those larger ideas. Joe Rogan used to previously believe in Bernie Sanders, of all people. Bernie Sanders that just voted against Tulsi Gabbard. Bernie Sanders that now is talking about children dying, lying, hyperbolically, sensationalistically lying to the American people. And of course, there's more clips for Joe Rogan. But before getting into that, before playing into this larger kind of intellectual, very deep-sided kind of commentary here, because it's important to understand here. This is not just the end of the Democrats. This is bigger here. Let's take a step back and let's talk about the larger ramifications here. But before doing that, we wanted to remind people to sign up to lookunfiltered.com. 20 cents a day. It's quick and easy to sign up. It's in the description. Click right here, and we do really cool, fun things. We're doing a really awesome, incredible, next level kind of range day that you can't get anywhere else. I did specific trainings all throughout the United States. This one here, one of the best ones that are only available for members, March 16th of LukeUnfiltered.com. We have 12 plus years of exclusive content specifically centered towards helping you become the strongest, best, most amazing version of yourself. There's content in there that you could just scroll. You could just go through and be like, whoa, I could use that tip. I could use that help. I want to be better in this particular field. You go through the website, you search it, you'll find it, and truly, it is an amazing resource filled with a lot of very fun, entertaining stuff, but also, more importantly, deeper down the rabbit hole stuff that we can't sadly get into here on YouTube. I could get into it on LukeUnfiltered.com, and I use this as a kind of way of just being able to finally unleash my full realm of thinking without any kind of buffer guards. We're on YouTube still. YouTube opened up a little bit. Our numbers through the roof. The amount of people we're reaching now on YouTube through the roof. Absolutely amazing. And it wouldn't be possible. There's been many attacks on independent media. We don't get supported by USAID. USAID uses funds to censor us. That's exactly what they did. And being one of the first demonetized YouTube channels, being one of the few individuals out there. There's not a lot. There's a handful of individuals that have been around for over 20 plus years, and I'd like to, of course, thank my audience for allowing me to be that. But the best way to allow that is through LukeUnfiltered.com. 20 cents a day means the world to us, and of course, we give back to you as much as we can. We give out free tickets to events. We're working on free tickets to the Bitcoin conference for members of LukeUnfiltered.com. We gave out tickets that were like thousands of dollars just for members of LukeUnfiltered.com. So many people made a lot of money, saved a lot of money just by signing up to LukeUnfiltered.com. When we announce it, first time, first come, and a lot of times they just go quick. So make sure to sign up. As of course, what we're seeing right now, it's not just a larger kind of political realignment, because this has been going on for quite a while. We have seen the Democratic Party refusing to actually listen to its base, listen to the people in the middle, listen to actual facts and reality, as they doubled down on pushing delusion, on pushing nonsense, on pushing insanity, while also being one of the most racist, bigoted parties of our lifetime. When we look at the larger kind of disservice that they have provided, specifically the minority communities, specifically the party that wants slave labor, the party that wants cheap immigration, that wants labor to go down in price, that wants the cost of housing to go up. When we look at that party that wants people to look at black people and say, are they there because they actually deserved it, or are they there because of these insane, ludicrous, and dumbass projects that incentivize their skin color over their merit, right? That kind of thinking wasn't there if it wasn't for the Democrats pushing, demanding, shaming, attacking people who didn't line up against their little insane woke ideology. That ideology isn't popular, never was, and only was because they were forcing it down our throats through all of our money that they were stealing from us and using it to finance their larger delusions. That game is over right now. USAID, that money dried up. No longer there, buddy. And so are the larger kind of institutions that have been propped up, paid for by them, including corporate media, the NGOs, all these other groups and organizations and activists and coalitions, all of them debanked, defunded, and taken away from their larger coffers that no longer exist. And they can't have any kind of access to funding because people don't want to fund this nonsense. What are they going to do now? Well, they're probably going to whittle away, as a lot of the top billionaires, we even found out, weren't you even using their own money. They were taking money from the taxpayer and using it to finance their larger kind of grandiose delusion, their larger kind of divide and conquer agenda, their larger kind of eugenics operation that they carried out against the American people. All of those things stop. And it's not just the end of the Democratic Party, it's the end of the uniparty. The Democrats don't have a front runner. We literally created Kamala Harris 2028 t-shirts on our website specifically because, you know what? I hope she runs. I hope she does it, because who else do you have here? Gavin Newsom is just wrecked, especially after all the wildfires. Whitmore, are you serious? Are you literally going to tell me to do Whitmore right now? This t-shirt, by the way, gets so many people laughing. I love this t-shirt. Only $26. That's it. Get the t-shirt right now. The best political shirts. Wear it out there, because this is the future of the Democratic Party. This is it. Man, there's Democrats that I walk by with this t-shirt on, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you support Kamala, oh yeah," and then I'm like, "Keep looking, buddy." And they go, and then the face, and their reality crashes in on them like, yep, that's the future. That's the future. And you guys don't have any other future other than that. Who else is there? There's no other real kind of front runner. Bernie and his larger kind of ideology has just absolutely whimpered away through every concession he has made to the establishment. Hillary Clinton literally slapped him up, literally like kicked him, not figurative, excuse me, beat the crap out of him. Hillary Clinton abused Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders crawled on his knees. Yes, ma'am, I will endorse you. Tulsi Gabbard saw what was happening, said, I can't be party to this. I got to get out of this. I don't want to participate in this larger hijacking of our democracy against the will of our Democratic voters. And then Bernie Sanders still spitefully said, no, I'm not voting for her. Absolute ruthless people. Evil people. And right now, what we're having is this kind of new renaissance where we're deleting entire government agencies, we're minding our own business abroad, and we're finally taking care of the American people. America first was a larger ideology that now is being finally perpetrated through popular vote, through individuals saying enough was enough. And now, I don't see anyone supporting the Democrats unless they are just absolutely low IQ individuals who are not paying attention to anything and are literally just little lemmings, NPCs of the system, of the establishment, that now are just trying to do splurge and spurg and freak out over things that are not even actual reality. Gosh darn it. This is a crazy world we're living in. But other than that, yeah, I agree with Joe Rogan. The Democrats don't have any kind of future at all. If you agree, share this video. If you think I might have missed some insights or perspectives here, which sometimes I do, let me know in the comment section below. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on youtube.com/wearechange. See you on lukeunfiltered.com.